Hi guys, it's me again, Crystal. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:35 p.m.
Right, I'm at my flat by myself. I think that for any woman, when a male inserts something into your private parts, it can feel humiliating. It can feel horrible. I've had 4 children, and one of the things that made me grow up quickly was when I had my first child when I was 27. So I'd left it a long time. I was married at 18, but I had my first child at 27. So I wasn't a young thing when I had my first child. But I wasn't prepared for all the horrific things that go on when you have to go through childbirth. And, when you're in labour, one of the things the doctors and nurses have to do is insert fingers to see how far in labour you've gone. So they have to stick fingers up your vagina into your cervix to see how far gone you are in labour. And you have to grow up really quick because they don't just do it once, they do it more than once. And you just have, numerous doctors look at your private parts below, and it is humiliating for a woman. And you can feel violated. And, I wasn't prepared when I had my first child for how embarrassing and violated that because I'd gone through things as well as a child. My private parts had been touched, so I wasn't prepared for how I would feel with that. But I've had 4 lovely kids. They were all vaginal births. None of them were caesarean sections, I'm pleased to say, because I would never have been fancied to have been cut from side to side and have my baby taken out. So I've given birth vaginally 4 times. I don't mind being asked questions. Sex isn't painful because I haven't had sex in a long time. And, some people never have sex. I mean, that's nothing unusual there. So, yeah, I've spent a few hours up at the hospital. First of all, I got off of the bus, Chatham Town Centre, and I went into the Demeltzer charity shop. And that man that I told you was there before. He looked like Mark, the guy that met me opposite the co-op, and he was making noises, and he was at the desk. Then I walked in, and then they changed over. So the guy that looked like Mark made noises. He left the desk, and a woman took over serving. The one that goes, lovely, the blonde woman, and she was very nice actually. And I got this in the Demeltzer charity shop in Chatham. Okay. This cost me £5. I'm getting things for Christmas. So it's a light display, lights. It's a candelabra. And it's got OGG, if you see there, close up. OGG, OG. I don't mind, I want this candelabra. I wanted it. So I'm just going to open it. And it was on display in the shop. There's a spare bowl. And does it work? Well, it was working. There you are, £5. £5. And take this out. Put it in. charity shop, Chatham. Very pretty, very nice, and it's a display for Christmas. A candelabra. My neighbour downstairs at Lansdowne Court, June downstairs, used to have one of these displayed in the window when I was walking up the hill to my flats. A candelabra in the window, June did. So I got this, and I got a couple of DVDs to watch because I spend numerous hours by myself watching TV, listening to the radio, as you've seen through videos. I had a quick brief look in Primark where I got this cap with C on it for Crystal, and I was told I needed a new frying pan. My frying pan needed changing, so I went upstairs in Wilkinson. Wilko, it'll say Wilko on the pan, won't it? So 2 frying pans for £7. 1 small frying pan, 1 medium frying pan. So if anyone wants to fry any food, they're nice and clean and they're brand new. I don't really fry food. You see, because what happens with cheap frying pans is the bottom comes off. This is going to get thrown away in the bin. The bottom comes off, doesn't it, with cheap frying pans? So I've got 2 frying pans now. Right, if there's anything anybody else wants to complain about, please tell me, because with the help of my mum I'll replace it. My mum helps me a lot. I've been able to replace frying pans, If there's anything else somebody wants to mention, I'm sure somehow or other can replace it. I haven't managed to get a new washing machine yet, but who knows? Okay, so I went into Wilkinson. I also want to get a couple of bits for Christmas, so I'm going to hopefully do that tomorrow. I want to get some little bits extras for Christmas. I've got this, I've got my lights and my bits. The cards, the tags, and the bits and pieces, just to spruce it up a bit. And I want to get a pair of gloves because it gets cold outside. I came back home from the hospital and I was dog tired, and I still took Max out for a walk in the pitch black by myself. And the guy with the black dog called Rena, the black dog was bounding about in the dark off the lead, and he was calling Rena, Rena, and I had a torch fortunately, so I saw the dog coming before it bounded all over me. But I've walked the dog as well. I've been on 4 buses. I went a bus into Chatham, a bus up to the hospital, then a bus from the hospital to Chatham, and then from Chatham back to Rochester railway station. I also stopped off at Sainsbury's on the way back home to get something to eat. I was bloody starving. So I cooked my dinner. I cooked my dinner for 1 before I took Max out. So I've cooked my dinner, fed the dog, fed the cats, walked Max, come back, and I'm still considering other people because people keep asking me, how are you? We haven't heard from you. How are you? I'm tired. I live by myself, right? I've done loads today. I'm knackered. I'm exhausted. And to top it all, when I try and go to bed at night, I'm having hot sweats and I can't sleep properly because I'm sweating buckets because I'm going through the menopause, so I can't sleep now. So I have to just sit up and open the windows and the door about 2 or 3 in the morning because I'm sweating like a pig. I've got absolutely no one to help me, which I've been self-reliant since I was a child. I was walking to school by myself and coming back home. I mean, it just seems like no fucker cares about you. Do you know what I mean? They say they do, but when you need somebody, there's nobody there. So, yeah, I've spent most of today outside, and coming home in the dark is scary. Several people opened cans of Coca-Cola. A bloke did in the hospital, because that's what happened to my mum in 1993. Apparently the inmates in the mental ward were opening cans in my mum's face. So keep doing it to me, because you've got the wrong person, and I don't give a fuck, because I can defend and look after myself, thank you. And I'm not as fucking stupid or mental as I look either. And I'm not going to take too much bullshit, if you know what I mean. But you keep thinking you're harassing an 80-year-old lady, and see where it gets you all. Absolutely nowhere. See you later.